It's been almost 9 years since Gears of War was originally released, and it was easily one of the Xbox 360's best games early on in its life cycle. However, the Gears of War series did get progressively better with each sequel, at least in terms of gameplay. So I didn't expect the original Gears of War's gameplay to hold up very well, but I was surprised by just how well Gears 1 still plays. There's some design issues in terms of the combat that bothered me playing through Ultimate Edition, but overall, there's definitely more positives than negatives in the original Gears. The reason that Gears still plays so well after all these years is because of just how tight the controls are. The shooting mechanics in Gears are superb, and even now, no other game has topped the way that Gears of War handles shooting. The controls are super responsive, and wiping out waves of enemies with the shotgun still makes you feel like a total badass. However, the game's design has some pretty rough edges. For starters, the enemies are total bullet sponges, which becomes very apparent because of the game's other major flaw, which is that Gears of War has some areas where you're just locked in environments as wave after wave of enemies charge you, which I can't help but think of as padding, needlessly being there to extend your playtime. Developer The Coalition should be applauded for their work with remastering Gears of War. Ultimate Edition is easily one of the best remasters I've seen, with great looking environments and textures, but I'm still not a fan of the character models for the heroes of Gears of War. The juxtaposition between the grittiness of the story and world and such cartoony over-the-top characters just doesn't work for me at all, although I do love the design for the enemies and weapons, which are both very creative. The Lancer, which is basically an assault rifle with a chainsaw attached to the bottom, just looks so cool, and nailing an enemy with the chainsaw as they charge you is still one of the most satisfying moments in gaming. So it's really no wonder that the Lancer is so iconic to gamers. Ultimate Edition also includes additional missions that were not in the original 360 release and were added for the PC port. These missions are actually pretty fun, with some great enemy encounters, but they don't really add much to the overall narrative. Overall, if you haven't played Gears of War yet, this is the best way to experience this game. And if you are a fan of the franchise, Ultimate Edition is a great excuse to jump back into this superb third-person shooter. I'm giving Gears of War Ultimate Edition an 8. If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe.